In today's breaking story, a top Trump ally was just shot in a horrific attack caught on video. That's right. This story is absolutely shocking. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, we're going to get to this breaking story in just a moment, but first, a little bit of context about Republican policies. It seems like as a whole, they are deadly. Take, for example, their vaccine policies.
Surgeon General telling CNN he absolutely did not weigh the health costs of ending the state's vaccine mandate before he announced that plan last week. Instead, he said the decision was based on ethics. But scientists have modeled the outcomes, and they say the move could mean the difference between life and death for some. We're joined now by CNN medical correspondent Meg Terrell. Meg, what do the models show?
Yeah, well, of course, Florida is a large state with a large population and has a lot of tourism. And so what experts say is that models have shown there could be quite a large impact from falling vaccination rates. One expert told us that measles is the one he would expect to see come back first. And of course, we've seen a lot of outbreaks of measles this year as vaccination rates have fallen because it's so contagious. But polio is the one that he worried the most about. Now, one model from Stanford, which was actually published earlier this year by researchers led by those at Stanford and other places as well, found that if there was a 15% decline in vaccination rates in Florida for the measles vaccine, over 25 years, you would see 1 million more measles cases. And because of the death rate of measles, that would be 1,000 to 3,000 potential deaths from measles that could potentially be prevented with vaccination. Now, there was another study that was done by a group at the University of Florida after the Surgeon General in that state made this announcement last week. And they said that if the vaccination rate for kindergartners for measles, mumps, rubella declined even by 4 percentage points from 89% to 85%, you would see a larger likelihood of outbreaks and bigger outbreaks. So the likelihood would go to 93% of an infected child starting an outbreak, up from 86%. And the average outbreak size in a school maybe of 200 kids would go to 32 from 20 kids. So these are some of the models that have been done since and had been done prior to that pronouncement, guys.
Republican policies are even deadly for the economy.
American dream is looking more like a nightmare for some working families. New research finding that the lifetime cost of hitting the traditional milestones, things like homeownership, retirement, kids' college, healthcare, weddings, cars, vacations, etc., now totals a staggering $5 million. And here's the kicker. Americans haven't gotten any richer over the last 5 years. Wages flat, savings weak, costs through the roof. Kenny, when I just have conversations with real people about how they're feeling, they don't focus on the inflation rate or the data or a lot of the stuff that we talk about in the technical aspect of the markets here.
Right. And now not even Republicans are safe. That's right, a top Trump ally was just shot in an abhorrent attack. Take a look at today's top story.
I want to bring in now, this is actually, let's start with this new statement from Utah Valley University. We had a speaker, Charlie Kirk, invited by a student group, Turning Point USA, speaking on campus today at noon. At about 12:20, shots were fired from a building about 200 yards from the speaker. Now, this is new. According to the best of our knowledge, the individual was hit and was taken away immediately by his security personnel. That individual, of course, is Charlie Kirk. Campus is closed for the rest of the day, and our campus police have a suspect in custody. So that is new information. 200 from a building, 200 yards from the shooter.
I was clear up at the front, so they had like the tent set up for where Charlie was going to be. And then they had like the cattle grade set up with a little walkway for the people that were going to debate him. And then I was the grate right behind it. So I was right by the walkway. So I was right up front.
And then what happened when the actual shot was fired? Where were you? What did you see or hear?
So I was, he was just talking to the second debater. And ironically, it was about the transgender shooter and, they're talking about, not allowing them to purchase firearms. And he was talking back and forth with the guy. And then all of a sudden I hear up top, I see Charlie. I think it got his carotid. I just saw him grab, it looked like his neck. And there's just blood pouring out everywhere. And his eyes kind of rolled back. And at that point, I kind of looked up because it sounded like it came up from behind me, up the hill. And it was just one pop. And then we all dropped to the ground, and then they told us all to run. So we all ran out.
Yeah, I'm imagining pandemonium at that point. Did you see medical personnel attend to him, and what happened after that?
By the time I looked up, he was already off. He was already out. He was already out of the tent. There were some police officers up there. There was his security. There was no metal detectors or anything for us to go through. They didn't even check our tickets.
As of right now, Charlie Kirk is in critical condition. We're not sure how he's doing overall, but people are saying it doesn't look good. Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.